You got no business in this town, let alone this house.
Listen, Spencer, you might want to oil that squeaky wheel in your head. Before baby Jason was put into the bosom of the Quartermain, I was his guardian. Alan probably remembers that, and he wants to show me a little gratitude.
No, he didn't.
What are you, Kreskin? They haven't even read the will yet.
Nobody wants you here, Baldwin.
I don't see any harm in letting him stay.
That's because you don't know him.
Let it go, Luke, please. I'm not in the mood for a scene right now.
I'd like to know Scott's real reason for being here. If we let him stay, then maybe all will be revealed.
Well, anything to get this over with.
All right, let's go.
I, Alan Quartermain, being of sound mind...
Get to the meat of it. Go.
All right. Alan left generous donations to various AIDS charities, as well as the La Mesa Wellness Community for women with breast cancer. As for the personal bequests, to Alice Gunderson, our loyal housekeeper, $75,000.
What? That's got to be a mistake. I second that.
No, it's right here in black and white. Shall I continue?
Please do.
To my brother-in-law, Luke Spencer, for enduring the particular hell that is my sister, $250,000.
Oh, this is absurd.
$250,000?
Not nearly enough, if you ask me.
Nobody did.
I really don't know what to say. I'm deeply touched.
Are we sure that Alan was of sound mind?
No, of course he wasn't. Sound mind. What else is in this ridiculous will?
Alan left an inheritance in trust for his grandson, Michael Corinthos. But since he, quote, doesn't trust the boy's shady parents, he's named Jasper Jacks as Michael's trustee.
Instead of one of us? Oh, that's really wonderful.
To my nephew Ned, I leave my box seats at Wimbledon and the U.S. Open, on the condition he never share them with Monica.
Not much for grudges, was he?
To my nephew Dylan, I leave my cherished home movies. If anyone can edit them into something remotely interesting, I know it's you. To my daughter Sky, I leave my mother's ruby earrings because I know she loved them. But since Sky is now being provided for by Lorenzo Alcazar, any monetary endowment from me would be redundant.
Well, finally something we can all agree on.
To my son Jason, I leave the engraved signet ring my father gave to me. You don't have to wear it, just keep it. Maybe pass it on to your own son one day. And since you're gainfully employed as a gangster, you don't need any monetary endowment from me either.
What is the date of that will?
The last codicil is 2 months ago.
I thought Dad felt closer to Jason.
No, he could never accept Jason's chosen profession. It was like a dagger right to his heart.
Well, Alan probably knew that Jason wouldn't want the money anyway. Please, continue.
To my beautiful wife, Monica, words or material goods can't begin to express the depth of my love for you, so all my personal possessions will have to do, with the exception of my med school diploma, which I'd like my father to have. I know he'll find it a great source of pride.
Is Ellen's idea of a joke?
To my daughter Emily, I leave my mother's diamond necklace. I'd also like Emily to have my stethoscope. She's earned it. But since Emily lives with a Cassadine, she doesn't need monetary endowment from me. And finally, to my blood sister Tracy, I bequeath the rest of my estate, including all of my bankable funds and ELQ stock.
Oh, that does it. That will is a fake. That will is a farce. Now, Alan may have resented me, but certainly not enough to leave me his worthless diploma and nothing else.
And he never would have cut Emily out of his will, no matter who she was living with.
Tracy made out like a bandit.
So, spill it, Mom. How'd you do it?
How'd I do what, sweetheart?
Don't even try to act innocent. We all get overlooked, and you, of all people, end up with the lion's share of Alan's fortune?
That's preposterous.
Admit it, Tracy. You cheated this family and your brother's memory.
You and that reprobate who helped you managed to take all of the money that should have been ours.
Well, excuse me, but Alice got $75,000, which will keep her in wrestling trunks for the rest of her life, and nobody's accusing her.
Alan's will was safe in my law office. There's a record of it in the firm's computer.
Well, I don't care. It's as phony as a $3 bill.
Why don't you listen to the lawyers that Alan hired?
Oh, for God's sake, stop it! We just heard my father's will. Anybody who doesn't like it, too bad. This is what he wanted. I accept his wishes. Dad knew that I'd much rather have something of grandmother's than money, and he knew that Jason and Sky don't need money either.
Well, then how do you explain his asinine bequest to Tracy?
Tracy was Dad's sister. He knew that all she's ever really wanted was respect for her business sense and a say in ELQ. You never willingly gave her either of those things, so Dad did. End of story. Let it rest.
So I go.
Tracy forged the will.
What?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No, I wasn't surprised. Just like I wasn't surprised when my family started battling right in front of the lawyer.
Just like you predicted. I'm sorry.
No, don't be. Now, a funny thing happened. When the fighting started, it was almost as if my dad was in the room, just cheering them on. I stood there, sort of taking it all in, and suddenly it was like I could just feel him nudging me to join the fray. You know, to jump right in there and just shut them all up. And it's the same scenario I've lived a million times, but it was like he was saying, keep the traditions alive, you know? Keep fighting, keep living, keep loving. So, that's what I'm going to promote.
Sounds good to me.
In the meantime, there's something I need from you.
You name it.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Tracy. By forging Alan's will, you ruined his last chance to say goodbye.
Accentuate the positive, Dr. Quartermain. You got to keep the house.
Oh, please.
You know, only Alan would be incompetent enough to choose a law firm so that you and Luke could breach the security and wreak havoc on this family. You know something? You never cease to disappoint me, Tracy.
Well, I am going to reserve judgment. I choose to believe that you would never stoop so low as to subvert Alan's dying wishes. Because, of course, if you did, I would never be able to speak to you again.
I guess it's my turn. Good role model, Mom. Blood money, cool.
Wait a minute. This is not guilt, I see, is it?
Why should I be guilty? I'm the big winner.
Wife, you are the big winner in my eyes. ELQ stock or not. What?
Shame, Tracy. You should be ashamed of yourself.